Any hat looks good when you're sitting here.
Okay, let's hear from our race winner.
Huh? Yeah, with sorts of work, right?
Let's hear from our race winner, tonight's 14th annual Nextera Energy Resources 250 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And our race winner was Johnny Sauter, and he drove the number 98 Carolina Nut Company Curb Records Toyota. And he's joined by his crew chief, Joe Shear Jr. As we mentioned earlier, this is the 100th win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series for Toyota. They have also won 7 straight times here at Daytona and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Congratulations to Toyota on those accomplishments. Johnny, talk about this win here tonight. This is your 7th win in the Truck Series, your first win here at Daytona. It's got to be a thrill for you.
Oh, man. You know, it's a lot harder to win a restrictor plate race than you think. So just so proud of our effort. You know, proud of Joe, everybody at ThorSport, Duke and Rhonda Thorson. Just, you know, I'm speechless even to this point. So, you know, after last year coming so close and you know, getting, you know, taken out there towards the end of the race and, you know, we did everything right tonight. This was a different kind of race than I thought it was going to be. I was totally wrong. I thought it was going to be a lot more wrecks than that. I thought that we'd run 3 wide. We couldn't do that. We could only run 2 wide. Depending on where you were, the top or the bottom was the way to go, just depending on what trucks you were with. So just proud to get Carolina Nut Company, Curb Records, Mike Curb, everybody, with our new number 98 in Victory Lane, first time out. So I'm pretty proud of that. So just proud of everybody at ThorSport, total team effort. And you said Toyota's 100th win in the Truck Series. What a special place to get that here at Daytona. That's unbelievable. Just proud of Toyota, proud of TRD, and Triad, everybody that helps us do this thing. It's awesome. I can't believe we're here. All ThorSport trucks were great tonight, and we all worked really well with each other. And you know, we were just in the right spot at the right time. Absolutely, and congratulations to ThorSports and owner Duke Thorson for sure. Joe Shear Jr., talk about maybe some things that the team did, whether it be on pit road or following practice today, to try to make this truck better so it could get to victory lane?
Well, we really work hard. We don't really come down here for the speed. Obviously, we see that in our qualifying effort, but we really work hard on our drafting package and our handling and being really stable in a race and stuff like that. And we can go kind of anywhere we want. And then Johnny just hit on it. This race was way different than what we thought it was going to be, and even different from the past. Like, if you got hooked up with the right people, you could make the outside groove work, but it just didn't seem like it came in tonight. Bottom of the groove was, you know, where you had to be, and we just kind of worked ourselves to that point and got us in the right position, and there we were.
We'll take questions now for Johnny or Joe. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll come around to you. We'll start there with Godwin. Go ahead, and then we'll go to Dave.
Godwin Kelly, News Journal. For Johnny, that last lap, what were you thinking before the caution came out? What do you think Kyle was going to do?
I was having flashbacks of last year. So, you know, they always say you want to be second going in the last lap, but it just didn't work out that way. So I knew Kyle was going to try to lay back ultimately and try to build momentum and make a pass on me late there. So I did everything I could. I was lifting and riding a brake to try to make sure that I didn't get too far out in front of him so he didn't get that big run. But you know, I'm not going to lie. I was happy to see that caution come out at the end after we had crossed the finish line. We were so close last year to being able to do that. So just a wild race, you know. Speedway racing is just crazy. You got to pick and choose all night long and try to study other guys' trucks, not just your own, and see who has speed, who doesn't. So, you know, I'm just ecstatic to be in Victory Lane. My dad was here in 1978 in an ARCA race, the year I was born. So, you know, I'm just happy to have Sauter back in Victory Lane at Daytona. This is cool for me personally.
Who else had a question? Let's go to Dave right here, and then go to Tom. And Bob.
Dave Coleman, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Johnny, I want you to comment on 2 things. First, the push that you got from Todd to get into the lead, and then also it appeared you were within a few inches of the big wreck right behind Brendan, I guess. Tell me what happened in those.
Yeah, well, we'll go to the wreck first. That was really, really close. And it looked to me like Brendan just tried to clear himself, and he wasn't clear. I don't know if I saw it right or not. At 109 mile an hour, a lot of things are processing through your mind, but it was really close. I mean, I don't even know how Crafton got through there, to be honest with you. I think he was right behind me at the time. So just lucky, you know, just doing the right things, I guess, and just trying not to be, you know, jerking on the wheel, I guess, so to speak. But you know, you touched on it there. I mean, all ThorSport trucks worked great together tonight. All the trucks were obviously were fast, and Bodine was up there with not taking fuel at the end, and I knew he had a fast truck, and he's obviously won this race twice. So you know, and Crafton was really fast too. I think he got a flat tire there or something. So you know, Todd and I worked really well together. I felt comfortable with Todd behind me. I didn't think he was going to do anything evasive to try to get around us. You know, maybe at the end of the race, it's every man for himself. But you know, just worked well together. It was fun. That's the way it's supposed to be. And you know, I wish it would have just stayed that way to the end of the race, and we could have had a better finish with all the ThorSport trucks. But all in all, I think all the trucks finished in one piece, and they're all in the top 10. So that's good.
Go ahead, Tom.
Tom Bowles, Athlon Front Stretch. Johnny, you look at your track record here. You've had a great car, but it's been wreck. Like, do you feel like you got a monkey off your back at this point to finally get through to victory lane? And can you talk about, with the championship, you've always started in such a big hole, and now you come out in a shorter season than Nationwide or Cup, and you're up front. So talk about the difference in the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. We came down here a couple years ago and crashed before the first half a lap was over. A couple guys got together and we were in it. And last year, you know, we were leading coming to the white. We got wrecked. So, you know, I was trying to forget about my past, but you just brought it up here. So the truck series has been a tough road to hoe for me here. But nonetheless, like you said, the momentum for the team, you know, for everybody. And you know, like you said, every year we've been looking at being 25th to 35th in points, depending on where we finish down here going into the rest of the season, and came close to winning the championship 2 years ago. So hopefully we can get back to championship form. I think we can, and I know the guys are going to be working hard. We're going to Martinsville next, which is a great racetrack for us. We've won there, so I'm digging where we're sitting right now. That's for sure.
Bob, you have a question? And then Dinah.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. You had a lot of discussion on your radio about which lane to start in on that restart, whether to start high and have Dakota behind you or start low and have Kyle behind you. Can you kind of talk about that process and why? I mean, did you think the high line would have typically be better than the low line for a restart here, even though the trucks seem to be using the low line?
Well, we had great restarts all night, and you know, whether it was top or bottom, but the biggest thing we were trying to do is I was leading and Todd was second, and we were working so well together there. We were going to try to get back together, and if I would have took the outside, he could have took the low line, and you know, maybe drugged the brake a little bit, and I could have snuck down in front of him, and we'd had our trucks running 1-2 again. But I just didn't feel that comfortable with Kyle right behind Todd. I figured he would have pushed him for all he was worth, and so you know, I just relied on Joe and the spotter, Tab Boyd, to tell me what trucks were going to line up behind me, and it was Kyle and the 3 trucks. So I figured that's a pretty strong truck. So hated to do that to Todd, but I felt like we had to do what we had to do to try to get victory lane, and I know Todd understands that.
Let's go back here, and then we'll come up to Dave. Go ahead.
Dinah Pulver with the Daytona Beach News Journal. Did you get lost on the way to victory lane?
Yes, I did. I didn't have a clue where it was. I did a burnout, and I don't think it was a very good one. I was just kind of speechless at the time. Was it a good one? Oh, good. And I couldn't see, so I was relying on the spotter to tell me where to go, and he told me to turn into that entrance, and it was the wrong one, so then I had to back up. So sorry for the confusion, but nobody was more confused than I was, I promise you.
Let's come up front here to Dave.
You mentioned your dad with the ARCA race. Was he here tonight, or have you? If he's not, have you talked to him? What?
No, I haven't talked to him. I'm sure he's tried calling me 100 times, but yeah, it's just cool. You know, he came down here as a young man and was able to win the ARCA race, and you know, this is just one of those racetracks that when you can win here, you feel like a huge feather in your cap. You know, I mean, this is a huge accomplishment, not only for me but for the team. So, you know, knowing that my dad did that, I always try to match what my dad did. So every race that I thought was a big race that he had won, you know, I've tried to go back, whether it's a late model car or NASCAR or whatever it is. So, you know, just all the respect in the world for him. But he's not here, but I'm sure I'll talk to him tonight before it's over.